Well, good afternoon. If it's Mondays, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, it's time for Mondays with Michael live here on Facebook. Thank you all for checking us out. If you're watching live today, please give us a little shout out if you're in the room. And if you're watching this post session, thank you for checking it out. We get a lot of good feedback from our sessions, so thank you for that. If there's anything we're talking about that you want to continue a conversation about, happy to chat. Either message me where you're seeing this, or just send me an email. My email address is Ferraro, Ferraro, @trainingsolutions.com. Enjoy getting the messages I'm getting and the feedback we're getting in the community about our Mondays with Michael live sessions. Please follow us on social media. So if you're not following us here on Facebook, you may be watching this through my personal page, so repost. Find us on Trading Solutions Inc. and follow us on the social media page. We do post a lot of interesting articles and information about teamwork, supervisory skills, leadership skills, harassment, and other HR topics. So please follow us here. We also repost on LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn, watching this on LinkedIn, follow us at Training Solutions Inc. And if you're on Twitter seeing this link, follow us there too. We're kind of all over the place social media wise. So thank you for checking this out. Thanks for hanging out today. So our topic today is a continuation of our topic last week. So for those of you who watched last week, you know that we are working through the 5 Behaviors program. The teamwork program written by Patrick Lencioni that about 5-6 years ago, Wiley kind of embraced and put out a 3-day and eventually put out a 1-day program around the 5 dysfunctions or the 5 behaviors. Last week we talked about DISC, we talked about trust, we talked about conflict. We talked about how we deliver this program. We like to deliver this program over a course of 5 half days. We'd like participants to do some skill building along the way. So when they leave session 1, come back for session 2, they've got a chance to practice trust before we get into conflict. And same with 2 and 3. So we talked about conflict last time. So they'll go back and they'll try some conflict, some healthy conflict. We'll talk about it. When they come back for session 3, that next session is on commitment. So now we've talked about trust and conflict. What do we talk about when we talk about commitment? So when we talk about commitment, we talk about clarity. Is the team clear, as they say, crystal clear, on the direction the team is going in? And is everybody going in that direction? A lot of teams we work with are not crystal clear what the priorities are. So they're not sure where to commit. They're not sure if the boss is committed to the priorities. So you have to be crystal clear on the priorities. And that may take some team sessions to get through. What is our top 3 goals or top 3 projects and how those projects are going to play out? So the first thing we talk about is being clear, clarity. Is the team crystal clear on its priorities and directions? And then once they're crystal clear, am I personally bought in to that direction? So again, it's understanding the direction of the team, and then it's me buying in and agreeing with, committing, if you will, to that direction. And a lot of teams we work with, and they come up with this as one of their team norms, is you have to really weigh in to buy in. I don't mind being committed to the team as long as I have my opportunity to say my piece. Now that said, every time you weigh in doesn't mean that your idea is going to get chosen. And that's something you need to accept on a team. My boss and the team leaders may give me an opportunity to weigh in. This is the direction I see we have to go in, and the team may disagree. And that's okay, because you had an opportunity to weigh in. Now that said, next time you weigh in, the team may say, Michael, that was a great idea. I think we need to change. And they may pick up on your idea. And then hopefully the rest of the team will buy in. So again, it's weighing into buying in. If everyone has an opportunity to weigh in, they should be able to buy into the final decision. Now, a good team leader makes sure everyone has a chance to weigh in. Depending on what this style you are, it's very, very important everybody gets to weigh in to buy in. Okay, so now we bought in. We weighed in, we bought in, we're going forward. Everyone's committed to do something along this team puzzle, along the project. You're going to do this, someone to do that. We're all going to work together. This is the end goal. We go back to work. We go back to the training. So people leave the commitment session, come back to the session on accountability. And I'm here to share with you that the accountability session in this program is the hardest skill to teach, because peer-to-peer accountability is a new concept. Again, you're coming out of this team meeting, everybody's weighing in, buying in, I don't understand what I'm doing, but then, one of my teammates doesn't live up to expectations and doesn't meet a deadline. How does the team handle that? Now, in a regular team environment, the regular hierarchy, the boss would go down to Joe's office and say, Joe, hey, what's going on? You're not living up to the timeline. But in a team that's fairly dispersed, this is where that peer-to-peer accountability comes in. Okay? Peer-to-peer accountability is me as a teammate going to my fellow teammate and saying, hey, Joe, you didn't live up to the timeline here, man. I mean, you got to help me out. Why didn't this happen? Or, what's going on? Or this delivery you gave me is pretty shoddy. I need it a little better. What can we do about that? So it's that peer-to-peer accountability. And we have learned, and I have seen through my training, that this is the hardest part. That though I like my teammates, in some cases I may love my teammates, I don't report to my teammates. I report to my boss. And if someone's going to criticize my work, it's going to be my boss and not my colleague. And that's a big change for a lot of teams. Teams that have struggled in this program have struggled with this particular skill. So this takes practice. So during the training, we actually practice giving and receiving feedback to one another within the group. And there are a couple exercises I really don't want to get into right here, but there are exercises where we teach participants how to give feedback, So this is a very, very important skill to teach and very, very important skill to practice. It may take some teams further along to get this. And then, again, we go back, we practice, come back, talk about it. And then the last section of the program is team results. How do we get the group to focus on group results, not just individual results? Again, I love my team, but my career comes first because I need to get up the corporate ladder. I need to go to the next phase. I need to go to the next step. And though I love you guys, but I really need to worry about myself. Not going to work. This is a team results program. We grow together. We learn together. We succeed together. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are times you will fail together as a group because not everything you're going to put forward is going to work. So it's team-based results. We're working together to work together as a team. Now, are my individual career goals important? Absolutely. And a good boss will make sure that they're on path. But they're not in lieu of the team results. I mean, they can work parallel, side by side, but it's very, very important that everyone on the team is working on team results. And so this module, we work on those team results. So as we start wrapping up the program, so now we're wrapping up not only the program, we're wrapping up all the goals and action items from each of the 5 modules. So in each of the 5 modules, as you remember, there's a team action planning part and there's an individual action planning part. So at the end of module 5, we reach back in and grab all of those team action items and we prioritize them. The group actually prioritizes which are the 2 or 3 that are most important to start right now. What can we leave the session today, next week, and start working on as a group? And then once they've decided which those 2 or 3 are, then they actually break those down into their measurable steps. So what does a team need to work on in each of these 2 areas over the next few weeks so they can put this in the check mark box? We always ask for participants to select who's going to lead, who's going to follow, who's going to do what. So depending on how much time we have, we break those action items into more actionable plans and actual list plans and whatnot. So then that's the program. The program comes with the ability to reassess several months down the line. The progress report as part of this program, we've done this sometimes with teams, is you go back in 6-8 months later and you reassess the team. Ask basically the same questions, not the DISC questions, but the team questions. And then we'll facilitate a 2-3 hour session, depending on how big the team is, on the comparison from where you were to where you are. During that session, we'll also update any of the action items that are done, update any of the action items that are not completed, why, and maybe add some more action items. So there is a way to measure progress along the way in this program. So that's pretty much the program. There are a couple other tools we use along the way. I'm happy to talk to you about them. There's a comparison report, some other things that we talk about. We do use the book from time to time. So if you're interested in more details, please message me wherever you've seen this. I'm happy to talk to you about that. Next week. So next week we are doing a session next Monday. Next Monday session is all around time management because you need more time to get more stuff done. And I'm going to talk to you and give you some tips on how you can organize your life, remove some of those things that are maybe distracting from your life, how to remove interruptions, how to better set goals, how to manage your calendar a little better. So we're going to do all that next week. So let's see, we're coming up to the end here. So this is Mondays with Michael live here on Facebook, and we're always live on Facebook. Come join us in the room. And if you're watching this post session, thanks for checking it out. We'll see you next week.